I am encouraged that the ODM party, now under the leadership of Dr. Oburu Oginga, remains steadfast in upholding the principles Raila Odinga stood for.
So, for me, really, I am here to encourage Kenyans to be brave. I have heard what the CJ has said. We want a country that is run on values.
Kenyan politics may be entering a new chapter because behind the scenes, important talks are ongoing between the ruling United Democratic Alliance, which is UDA, and the opposition Orange Democratic Movement, ODM. The discussions are being linked with President William Ruto and senior ODM leader Oburu Oginga as both sides explore possible areas of cooperation.
It is good to be back here at the Kenyatta International Conference Center, the birthplace of the Memorandum of Understanding between Kenya Kwanza UDA and ODM. Exactly 1 year and 3 days ago, my brother, the late Right Honorable Raila Odinga, and I agreed to work together in the national interest for the benefit of our country.
But as these talks continue, one key ODM leader has been noticeably absent from the conversation. The leader is Nairobi Senator Edwin Sifuna, and his absence is now raising serious political questions. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Havana Media, where we break down the political stories shaping the nation. Back to the story. In recent weeks, discussions between leaders connected to UDA and ODM have been gaining attention across the country. The talks are believed to be part of a broader effort to reduce political tension and explore possible cooperation between the government and the sections of the opposition.
And as a show of confidence in this broad-based administration, all the parliamentary elections that have been held have been won by broad-based. I said all of them. Yes. Just for good record, and we are not Atusemi. That's what it is. Yeah, those are the facts. In fact, the last by-elections that were held, of the 4 seats that were in contest, broad-based won all of them. Again, for good record.
President William Ruto, who is the leader of the United Democratic Alliance, has previously spoken about the importance of national unity and working together across political lines. And on the ODM side, veteran leader Oburu Oginga, who is the brother of the late Raila Odinga, has been actively involved in explaining the reasons behind these discussions.
Mr. President, this is not a small feat. Mr. President, the country has been waiting for this. The country has been waiting for this because we are in this broad-based government, but there are people who thought that this report is the one which formed the foundation for establishing broad-based government. Mr. President, I want to inform the country that broad-based government started long before the 10-point agenda came. Mr. President, therefore, it cannot depend, the broad-based arrangement cannot depend on the 10-point agenda.
And according to leaders involved in the process, several key issues are being discussed. So now, just allow me briefly talk about the main points in the UDA and ODM talks. The main points are: number 1, the national unity and political stability; number 2, development programs; number 3, economic challenges; number 4, parliamentary cooperation; and number 5, political dialogue.
10-point agenda was meant to strengthen the broad-based arrangement. And Mr. President, the 7th of March, which was slated as the date for making the report, was not the end of the broad-based arrangement. The broad-based arrangement goes up to 2027. The 7th of March was marking the beginning or the date when this 10-point agenda was signed. It was an anniversary. It was to celebrate that anniversary.
Today's joint parliamentary group meeting between the two parties is therefore significant, not only because it reflects the spirit of that agreement, but also because of the responsibility we carry as leaders to deliver on commitments made to the people of Kenya. We had planned to mark the first anniversary of the signing of the MOU on the 7th of March by assessing the progress made in implementing the agreed agenda.
While many ODM leaders have been discussing the talks publicly, Edwin Sifuna has been largely missing from these conversations. Sifuna has previously taken strong positions criticizing both the government and any form of political cooperation that could weaken ODM's role as an opposition party.
The agreement that was signed between my late party leader Raila Amolo Odinga and the President of the Republic of Kenya had 10 points there. The agenda was 10 points. One of them is that Kenyans wanted an audit of our debt to be able to know how much we owe, who we owe, what that money was used for. And we have been told previously by the Auditor General, because we don't borrow to finance recurrent expenditure, we are supposed to borrow to finance development. We have been told by the Auditor General then, Ouko, that the money we borrowed, for instance, from Eurobond, nobody can trace a single project to which those funds were applied. So, on Saturday, tomorrow, mapema sana, the document that was signed by Raila and the President says that the final report, comprehensive report, shall be given on the 7th of March, which is tomorrow, and not to a select group. It says to the public, to you. In fact, Frank, you should have invited that person, the chairperson of that committee, to come here tomorrow and give that report from here in front of the people.
Because of this, his absence from the ongoing UDA-ODM discussions has attracted attention. Some analysts believe that it may reflect different opinions inside the ODM, but how the party should engage with the government. Other leaders also believe that Sifuna may simply be maintaining his position as a strong opposition voice.
Walikuwa wanafikiria hatutakuwa na candidate. Tuko naye. Sisi 2027 Mheshimiwa Ruto anaonana na Edwin Sifuna macho kwa macho. Macho kwa macho. Macho kwa macho. Na tutakanyagana. Hii dunia haitakalika. Sasa hao ndugu zetu wapange ya 2032, 52, hiyo ni yao. Hiyo ni yao. Sisi tuko hapa.
What Sifuna is doing what he's doing because God has a purpose for what Sifuna want to achieve for the purpose of his people.
But now, what we are asking ourselves is, if the ODM and UDA talks continue successfully, they could significantly reshape Kenya's political landscape. Because for decades, ODM has been one of the strongest opposition movement in the country. And any form of cooperation between the two sides could change political alliances ahead of the next election cycle. But now, the question that many Kenyans are asking themselves is, will really ODM move closer to the government, or will internal disagreements slow down the process? For now, the talks between UDA and ODM are still unfolding, but the key issues such as national unity, economic recovery, and parliamentary cooperation remain on the table. But the absence of Edwin Sifuna from the discussion continues to raise political questions about the future direction of the Orange Democratic Movement, ODM. And as these negotiations continue, the outcome could have a major impact on Kenya's political future. What do you think about the ongoing talks between UDA and ODM? Could this cooperation really bring political stability to the country, or could it create divisions within the opposition? Make sure that you share your thoughts in the comments, and for more political analysis and breaking stories, remember to always like, subscribe, and follow Havana Media. My name is Oburu Oginga. Make sure that you stay tuned for the next episode.